I, I, I have seen the unspeakable horror of space. Boring, unspeakable space. Words can't describe how bored. Today's film is called Star Games. It's a film from 1998. And truth be told, I've never actually heard this film. And yeah, I will say one thing, that at times, this is the first film on this, so far in this series, where I thought, this is pretty bad, and at the same time, it's just straight up boring. And it also made me think, like, after looking up this guy, the director of this guy's work, it made me think, yeah, you know what? Would rather be watching Satan's Cheerleaders. Or something else. Yeah, that's one of his the director's films from the 70s. But Star Games is, like I was about to say, is from 1998. But, in honesty, it feels like something from the 70s, or like the director just saw Star Wars and thought, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. But at the same time, I also want to make it more family fun at the same time. Or I want to make a film for my kids. Because this feels like something a director would make for his kids. And I gotta say, so the plot of this film is a space prince is basically chased after by an alien tyrant and goes to Earth for protection. Along the way, making friends with an Earth boy, learning about friendship, and also trying to save the galaxy with his new friend. And in a way, that's kind of a very short synopsis, I'd say. I'm gonna be honest, this film at times could be rather boring, and at the same time it made me think, you know what, I would rather watch something else. I would rather look at my phone. I'd rather do something else. But I've got a job to do. And I will say, like most majority of bad films or boring films, there are moments where there are bits of either humor or basically use of film where I thought, okay, that's actually kind of funny. Like, say, the technique in using film. Like, say, I don't know, characters holding the camera to make it look while they're walking. At least I think that's what happened. Because I feel like that's what happened in one scene of this film. And I gotta say, at times describing this film can be hard, even though I did give a bit of a plot, and the fact that not a ton of, I'd say a lot of things happen. But, and honestly, it's kind of hard to remember a lot of this films because this film can be kind of slightly entertaining, but at the same time, it's just like, oh wait, it's already gone, it's out of my mind. Because, there's some moments where I thought, okay, yeah, this is kind of funny, and the moment I'll probably say, why? Or what? Because there is a moment where, subplot is a family, with the human character who is going on vacation with his family, And well, the one of the lead character kids, he is basically succumbed into video games and also basically just doesn't want to listen to his parents and wants to just like be stuck in virtuality. And I'd say it kind of feels like a bit of like a bit of like not satire, but it's a bit of calling a bit on the time period in the 90s, I'd say, because you know kids were playing Game Boy a lot or the Sega Game Gear, and yeah, I could see that bit of probably a reference to that. There's actually a moment where I had recently gone to Yellowstone and they taught you a bit of details on what you need to do in case you see a bear, which in this case is don't run away, just back up slowly and it won't do anything. And yeah, there's a moment where this kid gets chased after a bear, and I'm just thinking, say, use the bear spray if you have the bear spray, but there is no bear spray. I'm guessing because they thought, well, we can't hurt the bear. We can film with the bear, but we're not going to get hurt. We're not going to hurt the bear. And, there is actually some kind of... The film actually has... I'll be honest, the film has some interesting and, at times, kind of appealing special effects. I could be wrong about that, but I actually like some of the times how the villain, he uses a teleportation where it looks like, say, after you're before you're teleported, it's basically like a red glow and boom, 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 you're being shipped up in the air. So yeah, it does that, and it looks pretty cool, in all honesty. And there's also a bit of a subplot where the main kid has diabetes, and that is used for a while until finally it's not used much. I guess because, well, we gotta show these kids outsmarting the bad guys. And the bad guys at times, they can be kind of clunky, and if you're wanting, and yeah, the cat's behind me. So yeah, the times the film can be entertaining, and if I was to describe the acting, I'd say probably a bit of community theater, in that some of the line deliveries for this film is sort of like this: Brian, 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 don't run, Brian, don't run. Or Prince Farouk, Prince Farouk, stop, we shall get you. Prince Farouk, do not stop. Or like, what's that? What's that? Oh, this is good. Most of the, like, you know, the line deliveries at times can be very wooden, I'd say, and that it feels very dry. And I suppose maybe that's, you know, maybe the director had more experience in that he was more of a director that hadn't done a lot of using science fiction, perhaps. I really have to check out this guy's catalog, because it seems kind of interesting after looking at his IMDb. And I gotta say, one of the villain, Lugas, his, like, design is, actually, I'm gonna say, it's actually kind of interesting. You know, I keep on saying this film was boring, but sometimes this film does have kind of has little sparkles in it. but it still sometimes has some bad moments, whether it's the acting, or sometimes line deliveries, or just sometimes it feels like they could have had another bit of a draft. But I'm gonna say, check out the trailer too.
You can get a great understanding of the film by just watching a bit of the trailer. So, yeah, fairly simple.
Have not seen it because there's not much footage of this on YouTube. But I do have to say that the kill for the bad guy was actually rather, I'm gonna be honest, kind of creative. So yeah, like I was saying, the main character, he is diabetic. So during the film, he takes his time, does his shots. So in one moment, he has it in his jacket pocket. So what he does is he gets lifted up with Kirk, who is like, the alien character, Prince. He gets locked up, and then he decides to say, "Hey, look over there." He's basically kind of stabs the bad guy. So that was actually really kind of neat to death. But what do you guys think? Have you seen Star Games? Oh, and I've also forgot to mention that one of the characters, which is the character of Happy, which is a computer for Kirk's ship, is a clown, and the actor for that is the voice of Cosmo from the Fairly Odd Parents. And yes, sometimes, yeah, it looks kind of ridiculous. But what do you guys think? Are you willing to give this film a try? Put your thoughts and comments down below. Let us know. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.